I am Zhané, straight out of Saginaw, Michigan. I'm getting ready to change my name, so Zhané to Blu Moon. It's lit. I've lived in Saginaw my whole life, but for college, I went to Dearborn. So I was in Dearborn for all of maybe like 4 months, because then I ended my basketball career. I was going to school for basketball, and I'm just like, I ended up fracturing my ankle, so that ended really quick. But I've lived in Saginaw majority all my life. I don't really know any place else. So let's see. We'll start from here. So this is where I grew up. Nice little area. Coming off the highway and all the little highways over here. And we got BV. I grew up with my grandparents. I had my parents, but my grandparents were like those main people. So grew up down here. Spent a lot of time on Genesee, partying, friends, all of that. This is where a lot of my influence from music started, was in BV. My church is in BV. My grandparents stayed there. I stayed with my dad in BV for some years. And he started pretty much everything. As far as my grandparents and like where my family is from, my grandparents are from Mississippi. So I have a lot of old soul roots. Elementary school I spent out, so let's draw a little mappy map that's gonna come around the curve to the west side. I went to Kempton, preschool through like 4th grade. Then from Kempton, I went all the way to the north side to Arthur Eddy. I went to a lot of schools, but those are my main 2 elementary schools. Arthur Eddy started a lot of my rap influence. I had a lot of R&B influence first. From my mom, she sings, my dad sings, pretty much everybody in my family. So I got a lot of influence from them. But once I got to Arthur Eddy, all of my friends rapped or wrote raps or freestyle during lunchtime, so I had to get my bars up. I don't really have a favorite restaurant in Saginaw, to be honest. If I had to choose though, I would probably say Rice Spot, because I love tacos. So I go to Rice Spot all the time. Me and my wife spend a lot of time out there, and it's owned by my family. Shout out to them. I didn't have a whole lot. I didn't have a whole lot of friends on the west side. So when it came to music or doing anything, most of my friends were in BV. I either went to church with them or went to school with them. So a lot of my music comes from where my peoples are. My main corner store? Oh, that's a good question. Liquor Basket in BV. I go there all the time. They know my dad, they know me. So whenever I'm going in there with lottery tickets, they like, you're in here for your dad? Yeah. So, hometown liquor store. Both of my parents are in the hair business. My mom does hair and my dad is a barber. And they've been doing this since I was a baby. I do my own hair, so that's about one thing I picked up from them. But other than that, I left that where that was at. I'm not doing hair. House right here. I grew up on Bond, and I stayed there till about 9th grade. I started going to Arthur Hill. For an artist, this is probably the most mediocre drawing I've ever done. Just trying to figure out what to do. I spent a lot of time with my friends on the east side of town, even though that's always kind of, east side can sometimes be plagued to be that side of town that you might not want to party in. Did a lot of partying over there for years. And a lot of people that I know that did music, I had a lot of support from the East Side. I had a lot of support in BV. So those are like my main two places in the city that I like to spend my time in. As of right now, I stay on the West Side. So it's weird being back, but chilling over there is definitely cool. Best friends nearby. So my best friend Haley just got out of the military. She stays all the way out in buttfuck Freeland. And I don't even know where to draw that shit on the map because it's nowhere near any of this right here. I would have to use a whole nother piece of paper for that one. But she's stayed out there pretty much her whole life. We came in contact in like high school. I think I was in like 11th. She was in like 10th. She also helped me out with a lot of music too. Most people don't know it, but she can rap too. She just don't like to tell people. Okay, so West Side, whatever. Let's go. Let's draw a little circle over here. I'm gonna have to put it up here somehow. South Side. So my best friend Trey, he grew up on the South Side. We spent every single summer over there, bonfires, smoking, partying. Even though his mom was like, get the fuck out, but it's like, we're gonna party anyways. But shout out to my brother. He just, he's a lot of my artistic influence. He recently passed in 2020, so I keep him close, as close as I can still. But spending a lot of time in Saginaw, I've had like the best times, even though a lot of people seem to kind of downplay it. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun all through school, just kicking it. I spent a lot of time down on Hamilton, on the docks, doing graffiti, some of everything. Anything that we can really get our hands on that didn't get us in trouble, we was doing it. So Saginaw, even though people have their negative thoughts about it, I don't know who I would be if I didn't spend a lot of time in these different areas of the city and, you know, coming into contact with different artists from different sides of town and just seeing the more than just the music influence, the artistic influence by going down on Hamilton and seeing all of the different paintings and things that help me in my creative process. There's so much positivity around here that nobody really just taps into like that. So hopefully when you see this, you think about it. What got me into music? Wow. My whole family. My whole family is very music inclined. My dad sang in the choir at BV. My mom sang in the choir. She still sings. My grandma, my granddad. I mean, everybody, either somebody can play an instrument or somebody can sing or somebody can rap. So I picked it up from my family. But as far as just like influence and my sound and what I like to do, I got a lot of that from my dad. Because he listens to probably a lot of things that somebody from BV probably wouldn't listen to on a regular basis. So I listen to a lot of pop music. I listen to a lot of rock. I listen to a lot of just true hip hop outside of, you know, drill music or trap music, if you will. So, but most of my influence is all from family, from the rap that I listened to over the years, the R&B, soul music, jazz music, pretty much everything. If you listen to my music, it's a big collective of all of it, where I try to add in most of those sounds that you've heard. And lately, I've been on like a jazz wave, so my new project is probably gonna be pretty jazzy, but still hip hop and still something that you can vibe with. Long-term goals as an artist and a person. To really be heard is probably one of my long-term goals. I know a lot of people can write lyrics and somebody will be like, oh, that was so good. It was just so influential, but then that's just it. I want to be able to really touch people with the things that I'm saying, give people an influence to do what it is they want to do with their lives and not feel afraid about it or have anybody try to stop you with anything. Because I had a lot of people like that in my life that tried to hinder, but won't stop me. So hopefully, as an artist, I can influence somebody else like myself to want to be more of them and want to really put out, something that's true to them, true to the soul, true to the heart. And I mean, another long-term goal is just longevity. I just want to be able to do this for the rest of my life. And it's fun for me now, and I hope it's fun for me 50 years from now. My map sucks. So hopefully you caught a nice little gif. This is BV, East Side, North Side, schooling and rap. Partying over here on the West Side with my friends. And doing a lot of eating on Genesee. A lot of eating down here. A lot of food. Oh, that's okay. So maybe I can go back to that as far as favorite restaurant. I know I said Right Spot before, but now that I think about it, it was probably Big Boys that used to be on Genesee before they tore it down. That was probably my favorite place to go. Me and my granddad spent a lot of time out there. Well, that's when Kmart was still out there, so a lot of y'all might not be old enough to remember that. This was really dope. I've never done anything like this before where I had to try to use both sides of my brain at the same time, and I'm drawing and then I'm reading and then I'm trying to answer questions. But this was really dope, and I hope just from some of the small things that I've said that I can shed a more positive light on the city, because there's so much dopeness around here, even though we might be plagued with violence, here and there. I want the music, especially my music, to be one of those things that can be kind of an escape for what's happening here. And for other people outside of here to know that this is not just murder capital of the United States, or whatever of the state. This is a very influential city. A lot of great people came from here. One of my favorite artists, Stevie Wonder. And to see somebody like that come from here really influenced me. So it's always good things that come from here. And I hope that me, myself, and, a lot of my other homies that rap can really influence more good than the bad here. All right, y'all. This has been On the Map with Saginaw Sound. I'm Zhané. I hope y'all tap in and check out Saginaw Sound. They got dope content, and I hope you check out my new single, Different, that's out right now. Just dropped yesterday. So let's get it.